So here we are, the third Sunday of Advent, the Sunday of Love. I wanted to share a couple things with you. This piece that I'm primarily sharing is a reader's theater that was created by a friend and colleague, Unity minister, Reverend Ariana Platten. But I'm not doing it as a reader's theater. I'm just going to share it with you. But we're going to walk through the steps of Advent. During meditation, I went ahead and lit the candles for Advent. So I share with you. We step into a story that has been rising inside humanity for a very long time. A story of awakening, the birth of Jesus. The birth of Jesus is a symbol for our own limitless spiritual rebirth. It is a story of light. We gather not to repeat history, but to embody it. We gather to remember that the birth of the Christ presence is not an event from long ago. It is a quiet stirring in every open soul. This story is holy, not because of what happened centuries ago, but because of what is happening right now. We live in the present moment. We gather experience and information from the past. Hopefully, we learn from our past, but our little time traveler, even in that video, beautiful video, they took us through time, didn't they? Not to forget the past, but to become better people because of our past. And in saying that, we hold the light and we shine the light on the people in Australia who were having a Hanukkah celebration and experienced violence. The violence at Brown University. 2 of those people in that room were school shooting survivors. One an elementary, one was a Parkland High School. And they were in the room, from my understanding. And we bring into our awareness so that we can be a part of the solution, so that we can be a part of the light and a part of the healing as we acknowledge the travesties that are being done in our country and around the world. We bring all of that into this holy holiday season of joy and light. So that we can acknowledge it and again be a part of that healing light for those that may not be able to feel their own light. And for the ones that we may have lost. People in our lives, this is always a good time to go into a time of remembrance. A couple weeks ago or so, I told you that Christmas time is a time where I have a body memory that comes up. It's the 20th of December, the day that my mother died. She was 46 years old, getting ready to come home from the hospital. And instead, she left. on the 20th of December. So between the 20th of December and Christmas Day, we held my mother's funeral. I was 20 years old. My youngest brother was 9. My oldest sister was 26. That was a long time ago that happened. But I use it as an example that we remember. We remember these things. And we honor those lives and those people that we love by remembering it. To shine the light on it and to give thanks for all the gifts that were given. And I would imagine that each of you have your own stories in some fashion or another. And so we take a moment and we acknowledge it. We don't just wipe it away out of our memory. We just simply acknowledge it and do whatever grieving may need to be done. For it is in that grieving, for it is in that acknowledgement that we can move forward. And we celebrate, which is what these people would be wanting us to do. The little girl in the video, I call her the little time traveler, the joy and the light and the love. That's who we get to be. So we say, yes, I see you to all that is happening. And we also say, yes, I will do my best to be a part of the healing, to be a part of the solution, to be the best person that we each individually can be. For we are all one body. There is no death, there is only transition. And that oneness never ends. So we do what we can do to be a part of that light. The story is holy because we are willing to let something new be born in us. In Unity, we understand Christmas as a living truth. It is the Christ, the divine idea of God fully expressed in humanity. It is not outside of us. It is not arriving someday. It is awakening within us. As we move through the elements of Advent, hope, peace, love, and joy, we also bring the light. Every thought becomes a doorway, an invitation, a preparation. Hope is the moment before every dawn when the world feels tender. A moment when night has not yet released its grip, but light is already on its way. The light is already there. Hope is that moment. Hope does not deny darkness. Hope does not pretend that night never happened. Hope listens. It listens beneath the noise, beneath the headlines, beneath the fear. For the whisper of spirit that says, there is more for you that is here. There is more of you than what you maybe even acknowledge. As Marianne Williamson says, we are powerful beyond measure. Hope is the courage to imagine healing. Hope is the willingness to believe love can rise again. Hope is the quiet yes we offer before we even know how the story will unfold. And so we have lit the candle of hope. For every soul longing for a new beginning, for every heart that has been weary, for every prayer whispered that says there must be more than this. Hope answers, not with certainty, but with presence. And then we have peace. That sense of peace that is so important, not only for our own spiritual and mental and physical well-being, but so that we can resonate that, we can send that out into the world. Sitting in our own quiet home, wherever it is that you may be, peace, be still. Peace, be still. I send you peace. I send you hope. I send you light. Peace comes from the stillness that hope awakens. Peace is not the absence of conflict. It is the presence of God recognized within us. The ancient story of angels singing to shepherds was never meant to stay in the sky. It points inward. Peace is not something that descends upon us. Peace rises. It rises when we remember who we are. And our great Emily Cady called it the great quiet within. It is the place in us that remains steady. It is the still center that does not disappear. It is the calm that comes when we stop resisting life. What is it that you're resisting? What is it that you're not allowing to come through? We begin trusting the presence. We begin moving through it. In this quiet, the soul remembers. In this quiet, fear softens. In this quiet, burdens loosen. Peace is not passive. Peace is powerful. And so, the candle for peace. We light this candle not as a wish, but as a recognition. A recognition that divine order is always present. That the Christ consciousness is always present and working and alive. We only need to remember to awaken to it. And in love, in every story of awakening, love is the turning point. Love is what opens and what fear tries to close. Love lifts what shame tries to hide. Love heals where old hurts once lived. The Christmas story tells us that love chose humility. Love chose vulnerability, and a stable became a sanctuary, and a cradle became a cradle of promise. Love sanctifies whatever it enters. Love is not something we wait for, it is something that we choose. This is your story of Christmas. This is the story of awakening. When love takes root, joy rises. Joy is not a reaction, joy is a remembering. It is the inner song of the soul, the thrill of realizing that the light within us cannot be diminished. The wise travelers followed a star, not out of duty, but out of delight, out of anticipation, wanting to know what was ahead, what was coming. Joy lifts us higher. We light the candle of joy, for the joy that rises even when the world feels heavy. Joy arrives like a lantern in the night, reminding us that our light is alive. And so with hope, with peace, with love, with joy, we awaken that light of the Christ presence. Each one of these elements lights the way. The Christ presence is not a personality. The Christ presence is a way of being. It is a state of consciousness. Myrtle Fillmore taught that this light could heal the body, restore the mind, and awaken the soul. We are not waiting for the Christ light. We are revealing it. So we acknowledge the story of Christmas. We acknowledge the awakening of the Christ presence, of that Christ consciousness within you. It is that great I am. The great I am. Take a moment and feel that. Do you know? Do you know? I didn't choose a video with Mary Did You Know, the song Mary Did You Know. But Mary is that embodiment of the divine love within each and every one of us. The Holy Mother, that divine light, that absolute love, always in existence. Mary, did you know? Did you know what your baby boy was capable of? So I ask you, do you know what that Christ presence within you is capable of? Do you know how much light you carry, how much hope you carry, how much love and peace and joy that you are capable of? We are being called into this higher element of being, this higher experience. Are you willing? Are you willing, at whatever level that you are capable of opening your heart, to not just come here on Sunday morning and be in this loving spiritual community, but to actually live it out in your home, in the car when you're driving, as you're watching anything and everything that is unfolding throughout the world. We get to choose. We get to choose. We acknowledge all of the fear, and through that acknowledgement, we ignite love. And the light is always brighter than the darkness. And so it is. And so it is. And we give thanks. We give thanks for all that we have been given. We give thanks for the opportunity to be awake and alive and alert. And we give thanks for the opportunity to let our divine light shine throughout all the nations. And we affirm together our prayer of gratitude. As I experience the awakening of divine consciousness, I offer this gift in celebration and thanksgiving.